This video contains spoilers for all 3 seasons of Daredevil and both seasons of Daredevil Born Again. As I finished season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, I found myself in a strange, conflicted state. I had enjoyed myself. I actually liked season 2 quite a lot, but I also found myself wondering when they were going to wrap this up. Not in a pacing of the finale way, but in kind of the way of a major arc. I realized, it seems at the same time as the characters in the show, that Daredevil and Kingpin have been fighting forever, and neither of them are going to stop. And I realized I think I'm tired of it. From the beginning of its announcement, I was excited about Born Again. Netflix's Daredevil is obviously great. Even with the dip in season 2, it's still a fantastic show. It balances tone, characters, and a really intriguing plot between Daredevil and Kingpin, where Matt has to grapple with his no-kill rule. Finishing season 3 didn't leave me with unanswered questions, though, in regard to this arc. It left me with a sense of completion that a story and a major arc was done. Sure, there were some unanswered questions about Bullseye and the like, but the main arc had been completed. So when Born Again was initially announced, I was quite excited. Where does Matt go without Kingpin? A fully realized Bullseye as a villain is exciting, and then Muse was announced, and after I read the comics with Muse, I became incredibly excited about it. And then they announced that it was going to be Devil's Reign. At this point, I wasn't not excited. I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox coming back to reprise these roles they're perfect in is great. It's a deeper exploration of these characters we already know. And then it wasn't that. I think what some people miss about Daredevil Season 3 is the fact that it's really a self-actualization arc for Matt. He realizes who he is, he doubles down, and he commits to his no-kill rule. So, when my friend who's a big Daredevil fan said he thought Born Again was going to cover the arc where Matt actually kills someone, I got really excited. This is Born Again, this is something new, but the show never cashes that check. And what I realized after watching Season 2 is, this is just Season 3 again. But I didn't know how to word it until I was talking to my friend Eric, who, by the way, I host a podcast with, Back at the Box Office, link in the description. He phrased it as such: I unfortunately can't shake the feeling that we kind of reheated some nachos, but I still liked it. And that's what made it click for me. Reheated nachos. I like nachos, but sometimes I want something different, and Born Again was going to be something different. But we got nachos again. Nachos are Daredevil Season 3 in this metaphor. Both of these seasons exist for us to cover a lot of the same character arcs and plot threads we covered in Season 3. There's new stuff here with Foggy and the entirety of Devil's Reign and Vanessa, but we end up in the same character place with Matt insisting that he can't kill Fisk despite the calls from the people around him, but the difference is it's a lot less satisfying. Season 3's ending is satisfying because when Matt says, New York beat you, I beat you, he's right. It's the culmination of an arc of the season, but in Born Again, it feels like it's the end of a season, so now Matt has to go after Kingpin. And I want to reiterate, I like a lot of what Born Again does. It makes some very interesting choices that I was really intrigued to seeing where they go. But the entire moral crux of the show to me is Season 3, but executed worse. It's the same arc again, and I can't shake the disappointment of that. There's new things added for flavor and for things to be slightly different overall, but it's just the same plate of nachos, but this time there's some less seasoning. Now in the metaphor, the seasoning is color grading, cinematography, and tone. So what's the whole conclusion of this? I think the original version of Born Again, from what we could tell, wasn't going to be great, and the choice to not have the original side characters is strange, and not what I would have liked or done, but in the retooling, we just got Season 3 again, and I really don't like that. We now have 5 seasons of Daredevil versus Kingpin, and for me, that's just too much. It's pigeonholed Daredevil into being the Kingpin hero, and hasn't let him grow beyond that up until this point. Even Devil's Reign, which should feel like an event, is kind of sidelined back into the should I kill Kingpin question that we've already answered, which is why I'm tentatively excited about what comes next. I'm excited for this idea of a Daredevil without Kingpin, with new villains, new ideas, and new arcs. Especially in the wake of Matt's identity reveal and imprisonment, it feels like there's a new and exciting direction to go, even if it's strange that Doomsday is going to be between seasons 2 and 3, but that's not the writer's fault. It feels like Born Again might finally be able to stand on its own 2 legs, and that's exciting to me. And for most people, that's the conclusion of this video. Now, let's bring the spoiler disclaimer zone back in. The rest of this video contains spoilers for the leaked set photos for Born Again Season 3. So now it seems we may be reheating the Defenders nachos, and I can't help but wonder why we didn't do this for Devil's Reign. It's a separate video, but personally I feel a little bit disappointed in how Devil's Reign was handled. I know there's licensing issues, and different studios own different characters, but I'm gonna be so real, I don't think you should do Devil's Reign without Spider-Man. This is truly the first time in years that while watching an MCU project, I felt the criticism of, but where are the other heroes? And I think this only gets worse because of what we've seen for season 3. Now, I haven't seen every set photo, but it seems that at least Jessica Jones and Luke Cage will be returning. And it feels like they both really should have been around for Devil's Reign. Now, I know that Jessica was, but was she? She was in 2.5 episodes at best, and one of them was just about how she didn't want to be involved. So, you know. But from the set photos we've seen, season 3 might end up being Defenders season 2, and I really hope that isn't the case because this show has such potential, and I think now with the Kingpin stuff behind it, it could really find its footing and finally step out of the shadow of the original show. Will it surpass it? Only time will tell. But I hope it will at least stand beside it and be Daredevil Born Again instead of Daredevil season 4. Thanks for watching.